Look at it. It's beautiful. That's a lot of inputs. That's a lot of outputs. But the fun is really going to begin here in a second, because I got two boxes and they have amps in them. As you can see, this is a amplifier, 5 channels. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There they are. 7 channels. I thought it was going to be a lot lighter because it's 4 channels. It's not a lot lighter. It's heavy. So I'm going to start off this video with my typical disclaimer, because I know how awesome the internet can be. When I titled this video, my over-the-top home audio or home theater system, I mean mine. I don't mean everybody's. I know your cousin. I know your uncle. I know somebody you know has something way better. I know the home audio store may have something to say about what I'm doing. I don't know. There's a lot of people out there that know more than I do, but I'm pretty sure that I got some pretty decent stuff. It's pretty okay, and to me, it's over the top. It's the best stuff I've ever personally owned in my life for the house, so it is what it is. If you love home audio, enjoy this little clip. Enjoy this little install video. I had a lot of fun, and the outcome was great. So, thanks for watching, if you choose to continue to keep watching. Cut those squares out. Alright. Starting to clean up real nice back here. Starting to look pretty legit. Got the audio control logo, SMD. There's a little bit more to it, as you saw during the cut process. You got all these little identifiers right here. And the reason I made them separate is because I want to be able to switch them out if I need to. I might change the channels. I might decide on something different later. I might add some. I have some open ones. I got some empty slots right here as well. So I can actually write on them if I want to, and take them to the shop and laser them later. So those are going to go right here.
New data plan to work.
Worked out pretty good. What's this? This one goes over there. Everything's identified. We got some perforated holes at the bottom for future expansion. And since I just bought a power conditioner, probably gonna already have to poke one of them out. So now that I'm making this video, I can start dropping this stuff where it goes. And of course, trying to figure out what all this was again. Lucky for me, if you watched the last video series from when I first did this, everything's marked in the back. So I should be able to figure it out pretty quick, maybe. So I basically have everything I need right here, ready to go. Got all my surrounds everywhere. But what about the wires? One of the best things about this house is that the whole underside of this platform I'm standing on in this living room is accessible from right underneath. It's a crawl space, and it's not even a crawl space, it's more of a walk space, which I'll bring you guys down there in a little bit. I'm basically gonna be able to drop wires straight down the floor, straight across and over to the audio control system, and there should be no wires showing. Okay, so check this out. This is a home theater guy's dream, I think. And I'm not even the pro home theater guy. It's just a hobby for me. But I think anybody who's doing a system can appreciate this. Now this right here is underneath the living room that I just showed you. Got my air handlers, got my fire sprinkler tanks, got my water softener, and access to the entire floor that I was just walking on. All the power outlets are right up there. They're easy to drop wires down to. And the audio control is going to be over there somewhere. So I'll route my wiring really nice over to where it goes. No wires showing other than right off the back of the speaker, but it'll still be clean. So I'm glad I marked all this with the laser, so I know where everything's supposed to be. It's a little dusty, but still works. Yeah.
He can locate it. It's nearly impossible to hit.
All right, I'm gonna need some XLR cables and some speaker wire. Well, that's a pile of XLR cables right there. We have some 14 gauge OFC right here. I think that should be plenty thick for this. Oh yeah, this is gonna be spectacular. Yes, yes. Oh yeah, this is just delightful. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 2 down, just about 8 more to go. So these stands here have a hole right here and a hole at the bottom of the pole. So I'm gonna come straight through the bottom. No one's ever even gonna see that. But these stands over here do not have a hole on the bottom or the side, so I'm gonna have to make some. So tie a little knot right here, which will go up inside the pole so it'll never get seen, but that'll prevent this from getting pulled down ever and yanking the speaker off the stand for some reason. On this one, there's no real way to come up through the bottom because this pipe has an insert that holds that bolt, or the female side of that bolt, whatever that's threading into. So we're just gonna go at the bottom, come out at the top, can't come through here. So it'll at least be a little cleaner.
Fiberglass stick. And when I'm ready, you go up there and...
But we're about to run another little wall plate right at the bottom because I need my HDMIs and my coax coming through to make it to this box. So we've already got outlets in the back, but I need another one at the bottom. So that's what we're doing today. And then hopefully all these wires from all the surround speakers are gonna pop up right there. We're good to go, clean.
Oh, these are chunky.
Yeah.
Look all pimping. Standing up.
That's more than enough. That's real nice right there. Cool.
Snagging. There we go.
Lovely. Oh, so Troy, is that all I got?
Yeah, 1 second, I've got to,
That's more than plenty.
Yep. Yep.
That's plenty for me. Coo. Yeah. Look at it. Look at all that. Ooh. That's a lot of cables coming through there. We have enough room in that grommet?
Yeah.
Barely. It's a lot of cable for some damn home stereo speakers.
Right.
That don't even include the front ones. That's just the surrounds. Beautiful. Yeah. And all I have to do is identify each one of these wires, which speaker they go to, because I didn't mark them yet. Put some banana plugs on them and plug them in. Which one is that? Okay, so that is the right rear surround. Alright, we got all these identified, every single one of them. Now it's time to cut them to length, put some banana plugs on. Wires looking nice and clean.
Well, don't worry, it'll come. I've already had this talk. Wait, that's not it. Well, now don't...
How's it going? You're doing great, Kelly. I really am proud of you.
Thanks, bud. Hey.
Been a long day. Everything's hooked up proper. No wires. No wires anywhere. With that out of the way, I got something else just showed up. Check this out. Now you might remember a couple videos back I talked about adding a 33-inch sub to this home system. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to do that or not. I really want to, but you know how it is. I could go many directions. So with that being said, I'm going to need to power whatever I decide to do. And I got this big empty open hole right over here. It's been bugging the crap out of me. At the old house I had an Xbox and I had a Wii in here and PlayStation and all that, but now they're in the game room downstairs. So I got this empty open hole right here, and I'm gonna need some extra power for whatever sub I decide to use, and that's where those boxes are gonna come into play. Let's open them. And just to spare you the details on that bottom box, because I guess you don't need to see me do this twice in a row, we're just gonna do this. And then there was 2. Even though I'm not ready to fire these things up yet, because obviously I don't have the big subwoofer in the corner yet, I don't have a box or anything built for it yet, I still want to get them in there. I want to see what they look like. I want to get those little blue lines lit up. I want to get that hole covered up. Let's put them in so they could join their new brothers and sisters. Now I've got another power conditioner going above that one. It's going to be plugged into its own dedicated outlet. So there'll be 3 dedicated outlets behind here. We just haven't done that yet, and those will power those subwoofer amps when the time comes. Also, if I had to redo this all over again, I'd probably move the amps around in a different configuration, but everything's already put together before I decided to buy those 2 right there. So they're probably going to stay there. If it ends up having some sort of a heat problem, I will address it. I don't think I will. None of these amps really get too hot. Should match the other one real nice, especially considering it's the same exact one. Soon this thing will be getting its own dedicated outlet. There'll be 3 total back there, but it's not done yet. That'll be part of the next video. But right now, I just want to see it lit up, and there it is. Matches nice. One last thing to do, since this hole is bugging the crap out of me. That gap is driving me insane. Picked up a quick little CD player. I know I don't really listen to a lot of CDs anymore. Everything is streamed, but I own a couple thousand CDs, so there's no reason I shouldn't have at least a basic CD player. I'm a big fan of this brand, so I know it'll be just fine. Alright, one last thing I had to do. Went ahead and upgraded the center channel. Just wanted to go a little bit bigger with it. Whether or not I needed it, I don't know. We'll find out. What could possibly be in a box this size? Box on box on box on box. Gotta love it though. Ooh, damn. So now I gotta try to figure out how I'm getting it out of here by myself. Look at these gigantic things. Oh my lord. So big it makes that gigantic motor look small. Just to let you know, there's a 6-inch voice coil inside of that motor, so it's by no means small. It's just this basket is ginormous. It's hard to put that into perspective unless there's somebody standing next to it. And well, I'm here on a Sunday by myself, so we're gonna have to put this back up on the tripod. I'll move them around a little bit so I can take some photos, and then maybe we'll bring it over here and flex them a little bit. Maybe this will put it into perspective. So this is legit the only way I could think of to get these things to sit upright without falling. The cart is all the way down and the basket is touching, and it's just holding the motor up. Again, this is a gigantic motor. If this was on a 15, it would probably not fit through the hole very good. I've seen big ass subwoofers before. I've never owned one this big. These are gonna be fun. "33 inches. Damn. I want to put them in the living room and look at just how gigantic they're going to be before I even think about designing this box or what I'm going to do. Because looking at them right here, these things are huge. So I'm just curious to see what they're going to look like. Part of me wants to do that bandpass box I was talking about under the house. And part of me wants to do 2 ported boxes, one on each side. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do, but I want to bring these things home and take a look at them in the living room and see just exactly how hideously big they're going to be in the living room. So let's do that. Let's bring them home. Let's put them in there, and I'll decide what I want to do after that. The tie-off job worked pretty good. The reason I brought these home is because I wanted to get a visual of just how big they were going to be in this living room. I'm just happy to see what they look like in here, and they are absolutely gigantic. That's a speaker right there, I'll tell you what. Alright, now that I was able to get up on the computer and dial in a few things, these things are really getting after it. They're not even in a box. Alright, today's the day. We're getting some juice. We found an empty spot. Running more power for these. Basically, this is the alternator for the house. We need the big 3, but big 3 here is going to be 3 dedicated outlets total. Should be nice. Need that juice for that bottom section, the base. And probably somewhere right there. 2 more, bam, bam. So we'll have a total of 1, 2, 3. And there's one behind this TV already also. Find us a nice little spot up there or what?
I think so.
Little way in.
Yeah. But I got a good, they sealed it, or I would have been able to come right down there, which is good on your behalf.
Oh yeah. Let me see that thing. Yeah. All right, we're doing it.
The long shaft.
Oh yeah.
I can let me.
Yeah.
If you look, these plugs are different. They've got a prong on the side, so you can plug 20 amp in.
Right. Beautiful.
Final touches.
Coming in hot with that 120. Wasn't that high before. Let's plug the other one in. Okay, now I can see red lights on all the other stuff, and they got their own circuit. And we're coming in hot with 120 again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we got 2 20 amp circuits. We got a 15 amp circuit here that was already here. And there's another one that's up here behind the TV. This is just gonna run all the little stuff, cable box, Blu-ray, whatever else we got that we just wanna plug in. That's why I put the strip there, just for your normal everyday stuff. All right, as you can see, we are under construction still. I still gotta do the boxes, but one major hurdle's done. We got dedicated outlets in the back. 2 20s, the original 15, plus the other 15 that's on it. So 3 total, and this thing is saying 120 on top and bottom. I've never seen that before here, so that's good. Used to be 117 tops. We are looking really, really good here, really strong. I guess you could say it's like a high output alternator for the house. You gotta have power to make power, and you can't plug everything you own into one dinky little outlet. At least you can't when you got this much stuff. So I'm happy to say that that part is done. I've been designing the boxes, or at least the thought process for the design has been started. Those 33s are gonna be worked on real soon when I get time to do it. But like I said, one major hurdle's done. I know it's kind of a lame video because it's just outlets, but just letting you guys know I'm trying to do it the right way. And that's all I can really say about it. Oh yeah. 1250 watts at 4 ohms. The amps are ready to go down to 2 ohms. but they do the same power at 4 and 2, so we're good. 1200 watts out of those amps, each one. And I haven't put it on the actual dyno, but out here in the living room where the speaker actually hooked up, seeing over 1200 watts is real. That one's not gonna be any different. Can't wait till I get these boxes built. Hope they go good. Monday morning, got a pair of 33-inch subwoofers sitting right next to me. I think I'm ready to build the box. So I did spend quite a bit of time designing this enclosure the way I sort of want it for my living room. We got all the pieces. We got everything we need right here. So this thing's right around 20 cubic feet, 19 and some change after displacement. Should easily reach down into the low 20s. So I should be good to go, I'm pretty sure, I think. What I really want, if I'm gonna put this in my living room, is for it to look real nice. I want that 1-inch birch that Bobby Gately always runs. As you can see, if you don't know me by now, I got a shop full of CNC machines and lasers. I've been building boxes my whole life. This should be no problem for me at all. But Bobby Gately is the birch master. He's the box master. Everything he builds is so nice. I think I want to collaborate with him, if he'll let me, and build it with him. So what I'll do is I'll take my design over to him. We'll put it up on Fusion 360, his CAD program, the one that he's really good at, the one that I can't even draw a line or a circle on yet. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's an awesome program. I just can't even draw a circle and a square. So we'll take it over to him and see if he can't put his own flair on my design. And it'll be a Gately Mead design, or a Mead Gately design, or whatever. And we'll start building it over at his shop. It would be almost blasphemous for me to build a box out of 1-inch birch and not call Bobby and ask him for some pointers, or ask him for some help, or in my case, collaborate with him. So I have spoken to Bobby, and he's all for it. He's down. He wants to do this. He's ready to go. He said, come by Monday morning. We'll get started. And well, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to load up one of the 33s into the back of the Sprinter. We'll take it over there. I just emailed him all my design stuff, and we're going to get started. So the box that I designed isn't too extravagant, it isn't too wild. It's a big ported box, a big slot ported box. The whole idea of me getting started was I wanted to build a test box at first to make sure it sounded good before I went all out with the good materials. But when you're building a box this big, I think test box is out of the question. If we hook it up and it does not sound good, well, I guess we found out the hard way. But I know now that I'm collaborating with Bobby Gately on this, it should sound good no matter what. And we could take my test box, my basic slot ported box, and we could add some flares to it. Maybe a piece of acrylic so you can see the inside. Maybe some stainless on the top. Something that matches my living room really nice. I don't know. But I'm super excited to have his input. And remember, this is one subwoofer out of 2. So if this thing sounds good, there's no telling what I'm gonna do with the second one. I want both of them in my living room. Yo, knock, knock. Yeah. What's up, man? What's up? So here we are over here at Gately Audio. We're about to take my little design to the very next level. Like I said, my design is a basic slot ported box. The way he's gonna do it is gonna be not basic slot ported. So let's take a walk across the street. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what kind of stuff we're dealing with over here. This is legit. We get to work with Bobby Gately. I'm hella stoked. What up, man? Yeah. All right, so I need to know when this is all said and done if I can get me some Gately flip-flops because I feel overdressed. I'm not kidding with you, man. If we build, I need my flops.
Well, I got flip-flops for you somewhere.
All right.
Your feet are probably bigger than mine.
We got right across the street here, right across the way.
Did I shoot?
Boxes for days up in here, man.
It's pretty quick. We took boxes.
Would you say that was a Tacoma box right here?
Yeah, that's the parts full.
You got stacks of birch every direction. All right, let's take a look at some of these. Look at this box. I was eyeballing this earlier. A complete work of art, 100%, and it's being worked on. It's already been in a vehicle and taken back out and getting more work done to make it even more badass. Some more LEDs or something, some bracing.
Yeah, some bracing, mainly so we can put some more lights in it.
Look at what is that, 2-inch thick?
Thick, yeah.
2-inch acrylic. God damn. All right, so I was telling him, I know it's basic what I brought over, but I want to maybe do a piece of acrylic on the back or on the sides, maybe some stainless trim. And then he shows me this thing right here. This is for Sky High. Look at this thing, man. Slot ported, side window, little two-tone action on the trim, and that's probably covering something up, right? Some fasteners,
Yeah, the
maybe?
fasteners that hold the whole box
Way too
together,
sick.
actually. Similar inlay piece on the acrylic panels that hides the fasteners that hold the acrylic in from the inside.
All right, well, check this out, man.
Yeah.
You got this little flare right here. It's really thick. I want my box to be something similar to this. Of course, my woofer is going to be on the front of this panel, not on the top. But this is the type of design that I want on mine. Maybe with a different touch on the window. You can do the exact same one if you want. I just don't want to bite his style or bite your style or whatever. But this is exactly why I called on him and asked, hey, can we collaborate on something? Because I know it's going to go from something I did to something like this. And that's always a good thing. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sick as fuck. All right, man. What's up? What's next?
Let's go design this shit.
All right.
Yep.
Maybe I can learn a little Fusion 360. You could teach me how to draw a line. I need to draw a line and a circle, and I'm good to go.
Square with a circle in it, right? That's the standard.
Yep. Hey, there's one thing that we need to do before we get to designing. We need to bring that woofer out.
Oh, fuck.
Have you? Wait till you see this thing. Maybe we should call your guys.
Yeah, let's get the kids. They're fucking. Hey, dude. Can either you and TiVo or Tyson and TiVo come over here and get this big ass woofer out of Steve's truck and bring it in my office for us?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
Here it is.
Is it too wide for the fucking door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slap it right up there on the disc.
Yeah, put it right on my desk right there. Right on the
You like how I just made that decision, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so what do you think, man? Are we gonna be able to work with this or what?
Yeah. It's fucking badass.
Yeah, look at that.
Super fucking cool. This thing's a monster. I like the ring assembly they made for the spiders.
All right, this woofer's gigantic. Well, we got plenty of room to work with. What do you think? Is my design gonna be all right or what? I mean, are we gonna do some cool shit to it?
I mean, I think the primary design is going to work great. We're just going to kind of fancy it up a little bit. I'll add some really cool looking bracing, the acrylic windows on each side. And
Can I get a flared port? I didn't add myself a flare port.
yeah, we can definitely add some flare to that port.
Yep.
Like
And you
both
know
ends,
what?
actually.
I have the original design for one of my terminal cups, but I think I want to stick with your original hole pattern and try the GATX2. Yeah.
Well, that makes it easy. We designed our regular terminal right into that thing. So
Yeah, just do your normal holes like you normally would, and then we'll put this bad boy in. In case you guys don't know, I made this at my shop, and we'll be offering them real soon. Yep, legit. I have not even learned how to draw a line or a square or a circle with the program that he's using. I need to get on it, but it's really hard. I'm used to what I use. I think my brain is just a little bit stubborn when it comes to that stuff, but I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I'm getting to see some expertise up front and close. And more than anything, I'm glad I'm gonna be able to get a badass box and a little bit of help. Sometimes a brother needs a little bit of help, man. I can't do all this shit by myself.
structure. Looks like one of those fireplace things.
Yep. Put that big circle in the middle and watch the way it ends up turning.
Box. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yep.
Oh. Sheesh.
I don't know, man. I like the idea of a little side window so we can see the basket.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, the idea is I want it to look sort of like a piece of furniture, like it belongs in my living room. So, and it sort of does already. That's another reason why I wanted to use this badass birch stuff that you use. It's going to look so good in there.
Push your button.
Look at that. Side windows. So we were looking at here, my side window got bigger, it looks like.
Well, the window itself.
Oh, okay, that's on the inside.
Going on there because it's going to fasten from the inside.
Yep, yep.
And I'm working on making the like dado that our piece of acrylic or piece of stainless will fit into, that'll cover all the fasteners and the lights, because you put lights in that, right? So the machined edge of the outside of the acrylic that you can kind of see when you look on the inside of the box will refract the light energy. So your RGBs, when we put them in there, we're going to face them out and in.
Okay.
And that'll make the inside of the box light up like crazy with your LED lights. So we'll light up that sub, and we'll light up the acrylic, we'll light up the engraving in the acrylic with the SMD and a Gately shield or
Sick.
whatever else we want to put in there, a B2 logo or let me go back. Let me do design, and then this guy, and
Dude, you're so good at this program. It's amazing.
Let me snap a photo of that whenever. And
Can you twist it around and flip it around a little bit?
not while it's in the render. It'll stop.
Oh, it's still rendering.
Yeah, it'll just keep going. Like as soon as I move it, it comes out of the actual render. There you go. That's kind of a fun effect, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe we'll
How many
do-
pieces of wood do you figure we're going to use on this?
2.5.
2.5, that's about what I had. And a little
Might
bit
be
of
able to make it
some
happen.
1-inch acrylic.
Yep, a little bit of 1-inch acrylic. Yeah. There you go, sir. We'll pick up on this thing on Thursday. I'll add some drill holes and things of that nature to it later on this afternoon and tomorrow, and then Thursday morning we'll run the parts and have the guys start taking it into production.
Sick. I'll have you send me over some homework and I'll cut that stainless up, and just so I can help out a little bit.
Yeah, probably cut the stainless first, and then because we don't want to cut it over and over again, but if we experiment a little bit on the laser to get the
we'll
parts
get
to
it.
fit together just so.
No problem at all. We'll go look at that stack real quick. All right, so you heard him. Thursday, we're running parts, getting everything cut. For now, you're looking at the design. If anything else comes up, we might make a couple little changes, but for the most part, I think we're just about ready to go. It'll be fun.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm out of here. Make sure you subscribe. Gately Audio, SMD, all that good shit. Out. Here I am, 7 o'clock in the morning, Gately Audio. Got my cup of coffee. I already called, he's in there working on some things. And we got more progress today. Let's head on inside and see what's going on.
What up?
What up, what up, what up?
Just gonna add some dowels for the alignment of these components.
Look at this masterpiece. All right, so as you know, this box is designed and it's looking pretty good, but there's a lot more to just designing a box and having a nice little thing tumbling around on your screen looking sweet. There's tool paths, there's fastener points for when it gets put together, which is more tool paths, and a lot of thinking has to go into the next phase. So you're telling me that you don't just hit a button and a speaker box pops out? Is that what I'm led to understand here?
No, that's all we do.
Yeah. Oh, it is all you do.
I just haven't found that button yet.
Oh,
So we have
shit.
to-
I'm still looking for it myself.
Still trying to find that button.
Before you can get to this point, you got to spend years building boxes without it. I mean, if you really want to buy a CNC for your first day of box building, and that's what you love to do, and you got the money to do it, yeah, fine. But a lot of us, like me included, we started out with jigsaws in the garage, or in my case, in my living room of my apartment. So years and years go by of refining, getting better tools, doing a job for a buddy, and he pays you, and you take that money and buy a new saw. Progression, learning more stuff. You get to this point with the CNC machines, you feel like you hit a couple buttons and out comes a box. Well, no, it's still tons of work to get it to the point where you can even get it over to the machine. So yeah, no freebies here no matter what. Just a more technical way of doing it, more fun. So no button push box popping out. There's a lot of thought going into this. And this thing's been spinning around for a while. Left and right, top and bottom, making sure everything's the way it's supposed to be, because it's once you send it out there, it's do or die.
Well, or you just come back in here and fix it and you make more parts.
Well, then you got a whole big slab of wasted parts on the
yeah.
ground.
That's
And yeah, that stuff is not cheap, so we don't like wasted parts.
we won't have any exposed screws anywhere, even inside the box. and you won't be able to see anything through the acrylic windows on either side. There'll be no visible fasteners other than maybe the ones that are holding this terminal in place. Oop. Scrunch over. You know what? I think I'm missing some potatoes on that. All right. I'm pretty sure we're all good.
I don't know. Ready to take that walk across the street or what?
Yeah.
That's what I've been waiting for.
I got coffee. I got some Z machine. And close this file in case I need to open it up on that side. The third one will be ready.
Hey, hold that thing up for a second. Stand back and hold that thing up. Let's. That's a goddamn hole.
I was so lucky.
Sometimes you go back to
That's, I mean, I'm good at it.
One pass. Little rooster tail. One-inch Baltic birch, one pass. Badass. Laguna for the win.
Do the backside of that.
Both of them are just one.
Just the top. Baffle and the face components. Good. Yeah. Awkward.
That's a nice little fit there.
That's not now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you did a good job with your cardboard shit.
Yeah, that's why I always do cardboard first.
I mean, way better than fucking that up.
I mean, that's an expensive slab of plywood right there.
Good, good, good.
Beautiful.
Okay, so which way are we doing this? I guess
Like that.
nice. Pretty cool, man.
Yep. I made it a little bit wider just so there's a little bit of room to work with. It wasn't like if you want to get it out of there, you don't have to dig it out of the fucking pry bar.
This isn't one of the ones that you can just do with your fingers.
All right, before we end this video for the day, lift that thing up another 5 inches or so, because that's about where it's going to sit in real life. There you go. There's a little port down there. And yes, guys, it is flared. It's just hard to see on the computer until it's all done, but there is a flare at the bottom. Your arm's getting tired yet?
Nah.
Oh, good. All right, man. When are we going to start piecing this thing together?
Assigned it to Toby, and he'll start assembling it tomorrow morning.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to see you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Good shit. So all the pieces are cut. All we got to do is the acrylic, which is no big deal. Throw it on the table, and then it'll be ready to start getting built. He's talking about... Oh, yeah, push a button. He's talking about getting this thing built starting tomorrow, and it's still not going to be completely done for a couple more days, hopefully this weekend. But for now, here's your update. All the pieces are cut, they're stacked, they're ready to go, and everything's falling into place just the way it's supposed to. And for right now, we're out of here. Yeah, subscribe. Here we are again, Friday morning, getting ready to start the actual build. Put it together, all the little pieces.
On the very edge of it.
Pocket hole machine?
Yeah, pocket hole.
Pocket
So
hole.
Comes in with the router, does a little pocket, and then it comes with the drill bit right after, plunges a hole through it.
Just using it.
Back for a second too.
So this is my port, right?
Yep. It's gonna be your.
That is a slab. 2 inches. Side window action.
I'll have you hold this up. quarter, and they go ahead and try to do.
Yeah, yeah.
But it looks like Bobby did it for the quarter.
It does look like that. This is the top, yeah?
Yes.
Huh?
That worked pretty good. A lot better than the past.
Oh yeah, it's way easier to line that up with the Dallas, huh?
Here you go, so I'm gonna grab another impact.
Here. You think we'll get me?
That should be relatively good. We have, yeah, there's not too much space.
So what do we have here? Some new bracing.
New bracing and a bottom brace for the port.
Now, the original design had bracing all the way around the speaker hole, but Bobby didn't like the way the one brace is right in your face next to the window, so he redesigned it. It's going to be even sicker. Inch and a half birch. Boy, look at that. So you ever wonder how much work goes into a Gately audio box? Look at what the crew does. This isn't just nothing special for me. This is how they do all their boxes.
Okay. I got a 64th of an inch right here. Okay.
Man, this box is going to be so sick and nice and classy for my living room. Yeah.
Is there another brace that goes to the top too?
There's the port. Starting to look like a port. Starting to look like a box. Saturday morning, here we are, Gately Audio, working on the box again, putting that time in. 1-inch acrylic for the side windows.
He already has a new one, yeah. I think he bought a new one.
think.
And then the next middle one.
Yep, yep. You can give them all a little tap on that.
A little more.
Yep. Okay, good.
You're gonna use 4 on them all day long. It's totally fine.
I mean, once you get those hand tightened, get like a little 13mm wrench and tighten them down, and then you'll understand the magic. Yeah, I wanted you to tighten this so you can understand the
so
depth
amazing.
of, like the depth of the TX2. Like, you're done.
That's it.
Nothing on the inside, nothing that you just did
Nope. Nothing
affects anything out in here at all, and it never will. And look, no fasteners holding this cup in, because when this thing was torqued together, it's clamping and it's got gaskets.
Sick.
Under nothing.
No, sorry, give me that one. That one was almost brand new.
Yeah, use that one.
Still under construction. Already looking like a masterpiece. Wood, yeah. Wood side out, paper side out, just come out, brown side out. Right side out because they're flipped around. That's a good little contrast for the video. So that's going to stay protected till we're ready. I just want to see what it's going to look like. I might like it just like this. If I can pull it off. It looks like the rendering with the white right now, though. Oh my god, dude. What, stainless? Where? What's stainless, dude? I'm not joking.
No reason.
So that's why I was trying to. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Look at it!
Damn.
Still got to do the top piece. I'm gonna run over to my shop right now and do that.
We're gonna put the speaker in it and mark the holes so that we can install the gasket perfectly.
Oh, Toby, I'm like, what?
set it down on that.
Colt was all,
No!
Put the wire
Daddy!
down.
Wow, that's nice.
You like my hammer?
I do. I like that you Steve and I are recording everybody's.
That was fun.
just an example of what the screws are gonna do when we put them in there. You wanna do the honors, Colt, real quick, Colt? Grab a screw, pop it in there, if you don't mind.
Do you have an extra one in here?
It's Colt's birthday today. Hey, for your birthday, will you please drop a screw in there? Yeah, just one of them black ones.
You want me to drop a
Yeah,
black
let's
screw
see
in
that
this
thing.
hole?
Yeah, let's see that thing.
There we go. Now I got it.
So the LED trim.
Sure. That's gonna be another book.
Sick.
Well, I normally wear boots and shit when I was carpenter.
Little laser cut gasket.
Do you want to roll in there?
Look at that goddamn thing, Colt. Shit. All right, we got the custom laser cut gaskets right here. Hoping it'll work. And you can kind of just tack it in place, and then we'll roll it once we're happy with where it's all at. I think this might be one of my favorite parts of the job right here, this fucking thing. It's in between two things on the end of my other CNC, and it just holds it flat. Look at that. I think the woofer's about ready to go in.
line up the holes.
Oh yeah.
Nice and slow.
Well, I'm gonna have to drop it. Okay, ready? Yeah, go ahead.
1, 2, 3.
We're pretty fucking close. No,
Yeah,
we're like
we are.
right there.
It's up.
I don't know if I'm getting. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, Waldo.
Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Yep.
That's his leg.
Alright, fuck this leg.
Fuck this
Doesn't
leg.
work anyways.
There
This
it is.
box, dude.
Now let's,
I haven't done the top yet. That's coming next. But here you are right here.
The steak burrito, steak super burrito. Sheesh. That's a sexy bitch.
Except for the top, that's not done yet.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
what does it weigh?
I don't know.
Probably hella scary.
I mean,
All right, man, this thing is mostly done. Just need to do my top trim. I'll do that at my shop. Look, we got Gately Audio over here, the boys, and we got a couple of them on the other side of that door. Man, great job. Thank you guys for everything. Colt, everybody, man. Especially we got Anthony over here. Shit, perfectionist. Gately, you just work here.
There's work here, bro.
That's right.
Shit's all fucked up.
Can't say the F word, man. You're going to ruin my fucking...
Damn it. I
Can't
do
say
it
that
all the
either.
time.
Yeah, so Bobby, your crew, incredible, professional, and like I mentioned earlier in the video, it ain't just my box. I've seen all the other boxes getting done, and they're all done professionally like this. So, good shit. You picked the right guys. Now on to a little bit of testing. And Anthony, if we like the way it sounds, guess what? We gotta do it again. We need 2 of them. And for right now, until we test it, I'm out. Yeah, Gately Audio, Sacramento, California.
Just don't knock it over.
Push.
Watch fingers.
Wait, what if I...
I bet you can just...
That thing. Tomorrow, I hook it up and test it. But right now, I'm out of here. First test. Let's see. All right, box is looking good. Sounded pretty good. I got sidetracked, didn't do the top yet. No big deal. I'm gonna make it match this and add a couple of emblems to the bottom. Now it's time for a couple logos at the bottom, and I think we're gonna be good to go. These pieces, they were just template taped in so I can see how it looks. Now I wanna add my logos. I'm really just gonna cut out a hole where the logos go. Made a little jig off this piece of scrap so I can pop those back in place. Since there's a jig here, I'll know exactly where these logos are gonna go. I made some on the other computer and cut the tops off, so it's really easy. Can't forget the donut holes. That was on a audio control 1500 watt amp, and it was banging in here, but that sub wants so much more. I have to put something a little bigger on the bench. And this speaker is a dual one, which means my choices are 2 1s, a half, or a 2. My home amp is stable to 2 ohms, so I should be okay on that. I definitely don't want to run half an ohm for sure, so 2 ohms it is. So we got plus, minus, plus, minus. I'll just do a jumper from here to here, and then run my cable from here to here. Go. 2 ohms. All right, we're hooked up to the sound. Let's get this woofer moving. So this thing right here, stupid loud. I'm definitely getting the evil eye by the neighbors. It would definitely be a lot louder inside of a vehicle. We're out inside of a 4,500 square foot shop right now, and everything in here is moving. So far, sounding pretty good. One last thing I need to do to this before I bring it home. I gotta make some feet for it. Time to go back to the drawing board. Shouldn't be too hard. Something like this right here should do it. We got countersunk screw holes, so they'll go way up in there. Just gotta cut them out now. Put a little bit of that cork stuff on here. It's milled just enough, about halfway. All right, as you can see, we got the smallest little countersink for our cork anti-slide feet. Go ahead, hit it. Try this one first and see if it's any good. See if it fits it. Screw it in there. We'll stick these on it. Done deal. I like that for a foot. So they'll look something like this, but from the bottom. Of course, I can't stick this on yet until the screws are in. This will cover up everything. Okay, I need you to take my phone outside for me. Let's see what this thing sounds like out there by the doors. Yep. It's literally 7:30 in the morning. I shouldn't be doing this right now, but I'm trying to get it done before the neighbors get here, and they're rolling in just about now. So this thing's slamming. I got it on a lot of power. I'm gonna play with it a little bit more off camera just to have some fun when no one's around, maybe this weekend, but it's time to bring this thing home and play with it. It ain't gonna get no 3,000 watts. It's probably gonna get 1,000 watts, but the whole idea is for it to sound good with my home theater. It'll do some bassing, but the home theater is where I want it to be. So yeah, so far, pretty happy with it. All right, it's home. Now to try to get this thing out of here. Fun times. Getting it in wasn't so bad, but getting it out might be a problem. Look at this thing. Oh, Got my neighbor Rob over here helping.
Yeah.
We did the muscle. We did it. We made it in somehow. Oh yeah, they finally got here. Hell yeah. It was about a week and a half too late, but better late than never. And the boxes don't have any fork holes in them. That's always a plus. Shouldn't be happy. Bring it up in there. There you go, that's right there. You got it? Yep. That's it. Oh yeah. It is. It's me. Outside. Two 10s versus two 8s. What a difference. Those things are huge. All right, it was a pretty easy unboxing. Easy assembly on that bottom thing. All I gotta do is hook them up and listen to them. Actually, I have to do a little bit more than just hook them up. I gotta run my room correction. Direct Live is what I use. I'm not gonna do it right this very second because we got 33-inch subwoofer number 2 coming. It's going on that side. Hopefully it'll be done next week. And then I'll rerun all my room correction and everything else that I plan on doing. It's definitely a must. But for right now, I'll be able to hear it and play it and enjoy it for a few minutes. So I got a couple of screens. I'm sure they're black and they say Klipsch on them. They're nice. But I prefer the copper cones. I don't run screens on any of the speakers that you see in here. I've got them all, I just don't run them. So off to the closet, these things go with the rest of them. So these rear surrounds right here, the R820Fs, they're nice. I think the 280Fs are a little nicer. So we're gonna put these 280Fs where the 820s were. You can see we got wires going straight down to the floor, we're clean. And those other ones go downstairs. All right, those are swapped out. No wires. Well, one little wire dipping down below the floor.
to the O. Put them beat knocker, this a hit right here. Pull a chair up, buddy. That's cheap. I ain't talking about a leopard, I'm talking cheap. Malcolm said do something. Pay attention to the signs, gotta read between the lines. I can just soak up this real stick right here. Never put the carrot before the horse. Focus.
Hey, these new tires sound good. Everything I've played so far sounds so good right now. Can't wait to get that other 33 in here though. Missing a big old empty spot over there. So far so good. It's a total success. That box sounds really nice in my living room on just 1,000 watts. Obviously that 33 isn't sitting inside the back of a Tahoe in the cargo area of a SUV, but for the 1,000 watts that it's on, that thing is banging really nice and clean and low. For home theater, it's hard to describe how just that one alone sounds. But there's only one problem. My living room looks lopsided. I can't have that huge woofer over on that side and nothing on the other side. It's gonna drive me insane. So time for round 2, box number 2. Over here, get the audio right now. Getting started, let's do it. Hey, what up, man? Hey, the first one's nice. The second one's gonna be even nicer.
Both together are gonna be nice.
That's right, that's right. Yeah. Shit, we got Anthony already cutting pieces. I didn't make it here for the cutting, but it's okay because you guys saw that in the first video. But you can see, box number 2, we got parts, we got braces, 1.5 bracing, 1 inch to 2 inch panels, little countersink. One pass. That Laguna ain't playing. You guys have already seen this. We showed the whole thing in video number 2. Or video 3, I forget which one it was. But I'm feeling good about number 2 getting done. In the meantime, I gotta get on my own lasers, my own CNCs, and make some stuff. So almost all the pieces are cut. Just need some acrylic and start building. 1-inch acrylic side windows. Look at that, box number 2. Time for just one more set of feet, and I'll be done with this. Today's the day. Box number 2. It looks rough. It's gonna have trim in it soon, and a woofer. How do we say this was gonna go? This B2 logo.
These logos and shit off because the one has an
It's not within the first 2 minutes we're good, right?
That's right. Squeeze behind there today.
Yeah.
You just want to use my badass roller.
I do, dude. I love this thing. It's so sick.
Got the Sky High OFC 8 gauge speaker wire. Yeah, good shit.
Alright guys, so what you guys got going on over here?
Filming or are you photoing?
Oh, you know, I'm doing both, but
Oh
you
my
gotta
God.
have a little
All right.
extra. You gotta have a little extra in there.
We could fucking survive in the ocean in this.
Oh, do you got plenty of room for me? Let me hop in there. Hold on a second.
I was only gonna do a Prince Albert and maybe a couple of them. You guys talking about Prince Albert while I got my video going. Okay, 1, 2, 3. These are not sheetrock screws. These are number 15 high load blackjacks. They're not playing around. Alright man, this woofer is in. It is wired up. Ready for a little bit of trim. And to pull the paper off the side. Just put these things in temporarily right now with some template tape. Just to hold it in place. When I get it to my house, I'm going to put everything in permanently. I'm out of time. I got to get out of here. All right, look at that. This thing is done. Well, it's not totally done yet. I got to hit up my fiber laser and do the Gately and the SMD logos in stainless. Those are temporary acrylic right down there with the paper not peeled back yet. That's all that really has to be done, but I am running out of time. It's time to bring this bad boy home. If you watched the last video, you also saw I put feet on the bottom. Those feet are also going to wait till I get home because it makes it a little easier to move it around until I get it in its spot. Then I'll tip it up when I get it there, put the feet on it, set it in its place, it'll be done. With the feet on it, they're just kind of in the way while we're rolling it around trying to get it into the house. 2, 3. Good. Did I get it? Yeah, I'll lower it down, then we can push it. Starting to feel complete. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Okay, parts up. Step down. Can you get your hands up underneath it or not? You got it? Careful, you got it? Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. So these are dual ones. Therefore, I'm putting them in series. There's a little jumper in between to make 2 ohms. Before I hook the last wires up, let's go ahead and verify tuning on these boxes. You can see that's that first dip after the first peak. Starts in the 19s, doesn't start changing again until after 21 hertz. So safe to say this thing's tuned right around 20, 21. Looking at the same thing over on this side. Perfect. 20, 21 hertz, pretty nice for home theater. Some of the future plans for this home audio system. Those 2 1,000 watt amps at the bottom, they're amazing. I love them. They match, they're audio control. They're exactly what I want, but they're just not enough power for those 33s. For home theater and for movies and everything else, it's way more than enough. And those speakers aren't even barely vibrating at all right now. When it comes to music and I'm really trying to shake the house down, it's just a little underpowered. So I'm eyeballing a Crown 9,000 watt amp, and hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on it. That'd be awesome. So nothing wrong with them, just not enough power. Overall, I'm very happy with how all this stuff came out. I love the way it sounds. Even commercials sound good. Even old 5.1 movies sound good. This is a 9.2.4 sound system, and even the 5.1 stuff sounds great. So no complaints at all. I'm completely in love with this system, and I got nothing else to say except I'm gonna watch another movie here in a few minutes. If you got any movie suggestions that have badass sound effects, lots of bass, and more than anything, I love Dolby Atmos. So if you got any suggestions, leave them in the comments. And again, if you didn't watch the whole video and you just wanted to comment, look, this is gonna show you right here how big that TV actually is. That's a 15-inch Echo Show right there on the wall, a 15-inch screen. I had a 15-inch computer monitor back in the day, and I was happy about it. So this room with those big speakers is playing tricks with your eyes. As far as the TV is concerned, that thing's an 85-inch TV. The first comments out of everybody's mouth is, you need a bigger TV. Well, it's as big as I can go to the store and get. Right now, I'm eyeballing a 100-inch TV that I'm looking at online, but the only thing I'm finding in Sony is a 100-inch Bravia, and it's a 2021 model, and I have to order it online. So it'll show up in some truck, and who knows what kind of warranty it'll have. I definitely want at least a 100-inch TV here, but it's just not that simple. And no, I don't like projectors. This room is full of light. It's bad enough that I get a little reflection on my screen, but if I have a projector in here, it's gonna be washed out. The black ain't gonna be black. Projectors have their place. I don't hate them. I just hate them for this room. If I had a dedicated theater room, they'd probably be amazing, but I don't. So for everyday viewing, the 85-inch Sony Bravia has been nothing but great. I love that TV. And if I can't get a good brand, a TV in the size that I want, then I'm just gonna roll with this for right now. Hopefully they'll come out with 100 or 120 or something someday. But again, no projectors for me. I don't really like them for this room.
Even though the streets are bumped, lights burn out.
All right, what we have here is some 1-inch Polyzorb. This is in white. And 2-inch black Polyzorb. Good stuff, but I can't just hang it on the wall like that. I mean, I guess I can just hang it on the wall like that, but that's not gonna fly in my house, not in my living room. So let's go sit at the computer, work up a little design, something to put on the front, maybe a little faceplate of some sort, make it a lot more pleasant to look at if I'm gonna do this. So as you can see here, I tried several different ways to do this. And you can see having the echo show and the thermostat in the way is limiting me a little bit unless I want to cut around them, which won't look right. So I can only go side by side a certain amount. So I decided 2 panels on each side and a little bit of an offset because the speakers are a little higher. So something like this. I had some really cool 3D parametric stuff going on right before this, and it broke and fell apart like a house of cards when I went to glue it a certain way, and I did not want to cut all these pieces again, and this is only a third of the pieces right here. So we're gonna do that on another video for another wall, but right now something like this here. Just a quick little something I threw together. So these things are around 20 by 36. I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna laser cut the foam, I'm gonna laser cut the trim, I'm gonna stick it to the front, and they should be good to go. I should be able to stick them right onto the wall with these. They're not gonna weigh anything. Everything looks good, that's nice. 3 more to go. So before I cut these, I went in and modified the pattern a little bit. You can see I rounded off all the edges, all the corners, little radius, made the outside edge bigger so it's more of a frame with the inside being a little different. And now it's 21 by 36 total. Let's head over here and slice up some acrylic. right, these things are just about finished. All I have left is to bring them home and hang them up on the wall. See how they do. If anything, they should look good. Since everything looks better out in the sun, I figured I'd bring them out here for one more glimpse. As you can see, I decided at the last minute to put these little end caps on, just for looks, so it doesn't look like one big fat piece of foam stuck to my wall. Gives it kind of a little bit better of a look. Move around a little bit. Time to take them home. All right, here we are at the house, getting ready to put these up. So I don't have a lot of choices with that screen right there in the way if I want it to be symmetrical. So 2 on each side, like I was showing on the computer. This is it. It was meant to be. Legit, the last of it right there. This tape sticks to this surprisingly good. Like real good. All right, those are all done. Looking good. Looking just like the drawing I did. They're looking just how I hoped they would. I don't know how much improvement they're gonna make yet, because I got more to do. We got that back wall over there. Maybe a little on the side wall, but we're gonna try to make it tasteful because this is our living room, not a studio. So we got carpets, we got a big couch. We'll put a couple panels up and it is what it is. It already sounds awesome, doesn't really need much. On video, everything looks smaller, except for me, for some reason. But those panels right there, they're 36 inches tall by 21 inches wide. So that's actually a big panel, and there's 4 of them. So I'm sure it's gonna help a little bit. I know that this is not a studio, this is not a dedicated theater room, so there's gonna be little problems here and there, but for the most part, even without those sound panels, it sounds awesome in this room. I have Dirac Live. I use Dirac Live to set everything up, so that helps a lot with it. So I'm not 100% sure, but it sounds a little different in here. It's not as echoey. It's not gonna fix this entire room. The room needs a lot more work. I'm definitely planning on putting some of this foam back behind the TV. It doesn't have to be fancy or pretty because it'll be behind the TV, but that'll give me a big open space that I can foam out and deaden up a little bit. Got some cool 3D parametric wall art that I want to do with sound treatment inside of it. Maybe do a few other little things here and there. I can't turn this room into a big room full of foam everywhere. I got to keep it tasteful. And of course, shout out to Secondskin for having amazing products. I didn't even know that they had these sound absorbent panels until I went on the website and I'm like, oh, cool. So I ordered those up and turned them into this, and here we are. We got the regular Blu-ray. We got the 4K Ultra HD. Now this is an older movie, so it's probably not gonna have Dolby Atmos, but it should still sound amazing in here. So in case you're new around here and you don't know, these are 33-inch B2 audio subs. I've got a full Klipsch 9.2.4 system. Those are RF7 III towers, an RC64 III center channel. We got Atmos up top, all four corners. I don't have anything in the middle yet, but we got the 0.4 part of it. We got full tower rears. We got sides. We got side wides. And an 85-inch Sony Bravia 4K TV. We got audio control, Maestro X9. We got the Panages G4. We got the Savoy G4. And we got the Avalon G4, along with two 1,000 watt amps running the subwoofers. The subs are underpowered immensely right now. They're only getting 1,000 each. They could probably handle 5,000 each or more. So I get what I get. Every single speaker in this entire system has its own amplified channel all to itself. If you watch the older videos, you know I used Dirac Live to get this room situated and get it sounding really good. Everything could always use improvements, but for the most part, it sounds amazing just the way it is, even without redoing it 100 times. Like, I've only done it once, and I'm happy with the sound. I don't even really need to mess with anything too much. I've had people on YouTube tell me that my speakers aren't far enough apart, and that I should spread them out further. But in reality, this living room is really big, so it kind of fools you a little bit. From the center of each one of these cones on these towers is 10 feet, and that's pretty far apart. I would like to go a little further, but I don't want to go out into the hallway. Go in your own living room right now and spread your speakers apart 10 feet and tell me that that's not far enough apart. Like I said, they could be a little bit further apart just because my seating area is so far away from the TV, but in reality, it's really not that bad. It's not a dedicated home theater room, it's my living room, so we're gonna get it as good as we can and just enjoy it for what it is, and I love it. Being that my front, left, and right towers are 10 feet apart, it would be a little bit more ideal for my couch to be closer, as we're sitting at about 14 feet out. But I got to do what I got to do. I got a wood burning stove over there in the way. I can't push it any closer. I don't want it to catch on fire. Most of this video is going to be shot with this tripod right here, right behind me. And as you can see, it is around 20 feet away right now. So all the shaking and rumbling and all the sounds you're going to hear are from 20 feet away from the main system. Some people want to leave comments about how small my TV is and I need to get a bigger one because you've seen my YouTube videos, and well, one thing you have to understand is look how far back I am. Let's take the internet TV challenge. I want you to step back as far as you can. If you can go back 20 feet away from your TV, take a picture of it and post it and watch it shrink on YouTube. But in real life, it's still an 85-inch TV. So with that being said, let's bump some Jurassic Park and see how it sounds in here. I just now unwrapped it. I haven't watched or listened to this thing at all since I bought it like a year ago. Crank up your subs, crank up everything, and see what it sounds like. It's not going to sound the same to you as it does to me because I'm here in person, but go on this ride with me. Let's go. fast forward this thing to some dinosaurs or something, but god damn.
Maybe it's the power trying to come back on.
Turn the light off!
I've decided.
And that's what it's like to watch Jurassic Park on some 33-inch subs. Crazy, but it still sounds awesome. So as you can see, it don't really matter much if the tripod is 20 feet away or right next to the speaker. A small little example of what it sounds like in here without you actually being in the room. I don't know what it's gonna sound like over your own home subwoofers, your own home system, because I had it cranked up in here, but believe me, sounds awesome. And I got a couple more DVDs I'm getting ready to try. Hit like, follow, subscribe, all that cool stuff. If you want to see me play something else, say something in the comments, I'll do it. For right now, I am out of here. Yes, sir. 98 inches of pure delight. TV that's already on the wall is an 85. So it's not going to be that much bigger, but 98 inches is damn close to 100. That's over 8 feet of screen. If that ain't big enough, I don't know what is. But it's probably going to be the last TV I buy for a little while, unless they come out with a 120 for a decent price. Anyways, let's unbox this thing. I don't think I've ever seen one all foiled up like this before. Anti-static bag looking thing. Grab it in the middle, on the bottom. Just help us with the weight. Okay. There you go, up and off. You guys okay?
Yep, where we're going.
Yeah, I got a good handle on it back here. Let's lean it up against the couch. The office is so big.
Lift?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go higher than that. So there really isn't anything too special going on back here. You got USB ports, you got a optical out, you've also got HDMI, eARC, which is your return channel, and that will make it to where I turn the TV on, it turns the rest of the system on automatically. And then I didn't really mention too much about this, but there is handles on the back. I've never seen a flat screen with a handle on the back, and I own and have owned a lot of them. So that was a pretty good idea for a TV this size. The only problem is that they're ugly. So let's go ahead and take those things off. We're gonna unscrew them. They're on there with some really nice bolts. They feel like there's some nice cast metal. They're not cheap plastic or anything like that. Go ahead and put these screws right back in the holes where they came from so I don't lose them. And I will tuck these handles away someplace. This is gonna be so much better like this. I mean, really, I could just leave them on and no one would really notice, but when you walk past and you see these huge handles from behind, it is a little bit tacky, so no big deal. They're easy to take off, and here they are right here. Much cleaner. Look at this. Much better, much better. Both sides. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Let's turn this thing on, see what it looks like.
They get acquainted with the sea. Orca, killer whales.
Now keep in mind when you're watching this and I'm zooming in and zooming out, I'm going to show you a whole bunch of things. I am about 18 feet back. My couch seating position is about 14, but I'm actually standing behind the couch right now. And when I zoom in from all the way back there, this is what it looks like. Pretty nice if you ask me. I'm pretty happy. I've always been happy with the Sony Bravia TVs.
Newly opened canopy provides the energy for a surge of new growth. The older, well-established inhabitants are interdependent. And nowhere is dependence more apparent than in India's Western Ghats. But not all colours. Most, like these peafowl, use colour to... Langur monkeys. They're known as the eyes of the forest, and their colour vision is excellent. So to the deer, the tiger isn't orange at all.
So I guess the biggest question of the day is, was it really worth switching from an 85 to a 98? It's only 13 inches. Well, I'm not so sure it's worth that much money, but it is very noticeable. It's a great TV like the last one was. The other one was also a Sony Bravia, and for that, I'm pretty happy. We sit back 14 feet away from this TV. So even though the other one was an 85 and it still looked big, it looks just right for my seating area now. And I don't predict myself buying anything any bigger anytime soon, unless for some reason they come out with a little bit bigger of one for a reasonable price. But it's gotta be Sony, because that's my favorite brand. So with that, I'm out of here. We got left front, center, right front, side, side wide, rear channels, left and right over there. We've got rear Atmos up top, another one right there, more sides, more wides over here. We got our upper Atmos up here, up front. They're about 9 feet in the air. Don't let the camera fool you. This room is bigger than it looks. And of course, two B2 Audio 33-inch subwoofers delivering that deep bass the way we like it. When I first installed this system, I ran Dirac Live, I calibrated it, it sounded amazing, just like I figured it would, but I've done a lot of changes. 33-inch subwoofers, I switched out my towers for some RF7s, put those towers in the back for surrounds, the old ones. I got some Secondskin Polyzorb on the walls. The area that I'm in is a big wide open floor plan. So the whole kitchen, everything is behind me. So I gotta do what I gotta do. I could definitely use more sound panels, but I gotta be strategic because this is my living room. No, I could definitely use more sound panels in this house. And I'm going to. Don't let the TV fool you. These things are 36 by 21. So they're big. If you measure those panels diagonally, they're 41.5 inches. So 4 41-inch TVs next to my 98-inch TV. So they're gonna help a little bit, but definitely could use more. I got some ideas. Big open floor plan room like this probably isn't ideal for home theater. Obviously, if I had a big rectangle and I could just go to town, then it would be that. But that's not what we're working with here. So a little bit of Dirac Live, some digital room correction, and it should sound a lot better. It always has. Every time I run it, it does. It's a pretty great program. Let me show you what I got real quick. Push by audio control. We got the Maestro X9. We got the Patenges G4. We got the Savoy G4, the Avalon G4, and 2 RS1000s. 16 channels, not a single RCA in this entire system. Every single speaker runs down through the floor and pops out of this stainless steel wall plate and goes to the amp that it's supposed to go to. So this is a lot of stuff, and it's not just all crammed into the back. Everything is thought out, but it has to be brought under control. That is where Dirac Live is going to come into play. Of course, the Maestro X9 has Dirac Live in it. So I'm not sure how to go about doing this if you don't have the license and all that stuff, or your receiver is not capable, but mine is, so that's what we're gonna do. We got a little lone HDMI cord going from the TV over to the laptop. So everything that I do, you guys will be able to see it up here as I'm doing it. Got my microphone stand. It'll all make sense here in a minute what we're about to do, but basically this mic is gonna be moved to about, I don't know, more than 20 places on this couch, because we're going all in. And we're gonna see what the room sounds like, and then we're gonna see what Dirac Live does to it. This is a long process when you're testing every single speaker in here. So maybe during editing, I might chop out some stuff that doesn't matter. I don't know. Or I might just let it run all the way through and you guys can listen to it with me. But either way, this has to get done. So here we go. Should all be close to the same level now. The arrangement. All right. So I've got about 17 spots I gotta move this mic around to. Starting with the main listening position. This is basically where the mic is, right in the middle. Then we're gonna do each and every one of these dots until we're finished. It's actually gonna take a little while, so we might have to jump into some time lapse, but we'll do a couple of them first before we do that to give you the idea of what's actually happening in here. So as you can see, next up on the list would be above the next person's head, and then slightly below, and then slightly to the left, slightly to the right. And of course, as soon as I hit start, you're going to hear that noise all over again for every single speaker. So in order for this not to be a boring video, I'm just going to fast forward to where we have most of this stuff done. Maybe we'll do the last one, but maybe I'll just go live on YouTube right now and just go live. That way it could just run and you guys could just be here with me. So let's do that. So hopefully you caught my live feed. Now we're going to fast forward to the end of this. So this is the part of the video that I definitely was not looking forward to doing. I made a mistake during the first part of this testing. I painstakingly moved that mic to 17 different spots around the couch. And when I was all done, I realized that the microphone on the laptop was the one that was being used, not the microphone on the stand that I was moving all over the place. So I basically ruined everything that I was doing and I had to start all over again. So if you look, the wave is huge right here. And it's not really changing much because the mic isn't moving. I just had to cop to my mistake and hey, you know what? This is what happens, I guess. It's actually supposed to look something more like this right here. And once I figured it out, we're all good. So, hey, mistakes happen. I'm not perfect. And every mistake you make in car audio or home audio, I feel makes you 10% better for the next time because I'm definitely not going to do this again. And the very last position is going to be right there. which is basically right there. Okay, I finally finished everything, and now I'm getting ready to proceed to filter design. See what happens. And once this thing gets done analyzing, it spits out what it was, and kind of looking at a bunch of jagged lines all over the place, and now this is what it is. Woo! Dirac Live for the win. Let's look at some of these other channels here. What it was and what it now is. That's pretty dramatic. What it was and what it now is. So it's really making a difference. There's both of them on top of each other, you can see. We got some more channels over here. What they were, what they are, what they both are together, before and after. And of course we got the subwoofers. I had a huge peak right here. That's probably the subwoofer over in the corner. And yeah, it's all been tamed. Everything's tamed down and looking good and looking clean. Now that we got that all dialed in, all we got to do is name the file. We'll go with SMD 2024. Got a couple of empty slots on the X9. It's receiving and it's saving. Once this is all done, I think that we're ready to go. Finally, it's all done. Now all it's left to do is take a listen. Now there's no way you guys are going to be able to tell what this actually sounds like in person to me over your phone. But I might as well play something just so you can see that it's all working and hopefully all working great.
Roger. And no issues with the fuel line.
Understood.
So real quick, one thing I love the most about this audio control system is it's not always about the sound it's making when it's on the screen. It's when there's quiet things happening, when nothing's happening. It's like silent in here. There's no hissing, there's no floor noise. It's just beautiful. And it's always been like that, but it's even better when it's set up right.
And some shaky shimmer, right?
As you can see, you got a little bit of a glare on the screen. It's one of the downsides to having huge windows in a big open room like this.
To survive this mission, you'll pull beyond that, even if it means bending your airframe. You'll be pulling so hard you'll weigh close to 2,000 pounds. Assuming you avoid crashing into this mountain, you'll climb straight up into enemy radar while losing all of your airspeed.
Talk to me, Bob.
We are 12 seconds later. Huh? Wait, who's that? Blue team, you've been spotted.
Shit. Target's in sight.
Where's my laser, Bob? Can I? It's no good. Sorry, I can't get it locked. Right? Coyote, come. Coyote, come in. Step out of it, Coyote. Come on. Coyote, come on. Coyote! Coyote! Coyote, you okay? You okay? I'm good.
Got low, came up high.
Good.
Nice.
Good. That's enough for today.
That was close.
I could do this all day long, but I just want to show you guys Dirac Live, how it works, what it does, and so far, it sounds tremendously better in here. It already sounded great. Now it sounds better. So I'm going to go through my collection, find some more cool stuff to watch, and with that, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. I just want to come back in here during the editing phase and leave one more note. We watched a couple movies last night, some stuff that we've already seen before. A Quiet Place 2 was one of them. And I think A Quiet Place 2 has some really, really good sound effects in it. And oh my God, I've never heard a system that sounds as good as that. And I'm not saying there isn't one. I'm just saying I've never been around one that sounds as good as that. It blew my mind the way everything is, where it's supposed to be, when it's supposed to be, and all the little stuff happening, the crickets and the birds and the things that are supposed to be flying in the air, or just the atmosphere. And like I said, the quietness when nothing is happening and then something happens. It's like, wow, it's so dramatic. And just got to give out a little bit of love to Audio Control Home Audio and Dirac Live, because man, that is the Alright, we're gonna make this real simple. 20 hertz down to 10 or so. Let's go. Look at that. 15 hertz. Oh, 14 hertz. 14 hertz. Hertz. Wow. Hertz. Hertz. 10 hertz. There's 9. It's starting to lose it. It's losing it, but it's still moving. Yeah, that's gonna be about it right there. But yeah, down to 10 hertz, no problem.
territory up ahead. V-dry in 60 seconds. Daggers, assume attack formation. First SAM site overhead.
On enemy airstrip. Mark impact in 3, 2. Impact.
Jesus, Houston, not that fast. Shit, I'm out of flares. Booster. No.
Maverick is down.
Status. Anyone see him?
Now this may not be a dedicated home theater room. This is my living room, so it's my living room theater. But I gotta say, this movie is probably one of the most intense ones that I've played so far. If you got any suggestions, leave them down there in the comments. Let me know what you think I should play, and maybe I'll consider it. I'm always looking for some good titles to play, especially if they sound like this, and preferably Dolby Atmos. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. So after all that's been said and done, after all the work, all the tedious little details, running the wires underneath the house, setting everything up with Dirac Live, and all the money I spent on all this stuff, my satisfaction level is 11 out of 10, 12 out of 10. I couldn't be happier with it. So with that being said, thanks for going on this journey with me. I appreciate it. I wish you could all hear what this sounds like in person, but I guess you can out there in YouTube land. But thanks for joining me, and I am officially out.